Hello everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft mod spotlight. Today we're checking out Fluent, a small but super fun mod that totally upgrades those dusty old trial chambers. And guess what? It's all about flutes. That sounds like music to my ears. Before we can play around with the flutes, we first have to get ourselves some oxidized copper and you can find them in the new trial chambers. There you go. We'll need some copper end and we need to toss it together with some breeze rod and boom, you'll get the bass flute. And now that we've made ourselves a bass flute, we're officially flutists or something like that. And the bass flute is a fun item because you can use it to make sounds and the pitch of the sound depends on the y-axis that you're looking at. So if you're aiming down, the sound goes down. But the more you aim up, the more the sound goes up, which is a very fun little detail. Now the real magic starts when we upgrade the bass flute in all sorts of ways. And the first way is to create the spectral flute. And the spectral flute is a cool item because first of all you craft it by adding blaze powder and glowstone to the bass flute. And if you play it during nighttime, you and everyone around you will get night vision for a few seconds, which can be very useful during mining sessions. And I like how the length of the night vision isn't too long, so it's not broken. You really have to just keep using it. And I really like the details in the sound design. The next flute I want to show you guys is the wither flute, which can be crafted by combining a flute with soul soil and wither roses. And if you use the wither flute, you can deal damage to a mob that you're looking at and they will get the wither effect. But you have to be careful because if you use the wither flute, you yourself will take damage as well. However, you will also receive regeneration based on how many mobs you've hit. So it's a bit of a tricky one. You gotta be careful, but if you know how to use it, it can be a very efficient weapon. Next up is the heavy flute, and the heavy flute can be crafted by combining a flute and a heavy core. And when played, all wardens within a short distance around the player will instantly burrow back into the ground, as if they're scared of the sound. And again, I'm a huge fan of the sound design of this item. It sounds very cool. It sounds like it would scare a warden away, which is just really cool. Next up is the wind flute, and the wind flute can be crafted by combining a flute with wind charges and 3 diamonds. And when played, the flute will summon a temporary wind platform in front of the user, allowing them to cover very large gaps if used correctly. You can sort of use it as a parkour assistance tool. And the wind flute is extra cool because you can actually get the blocks that it creates if you throw a wind charge at it. So if I use the flute like this and I use a wind charge, you can actually get those items. I was already holding some of them in my inventory, and you can use them to build, which is actually very cool. And just like scaffolding, the gust block is dependent on existence of squall blocks or other gust blocks, which means that if you remove one of the gust blocks in between, the others will also break off. It can be used in very interesting ways. And now that I've shown you most of the items, I can show you the final item, which is the flute stand, which you can put down and you can use it to put your flutes down. So you can decorate your place with all the flutes you've collected. And I feel like this mod will be perfect for those people that look for like tiny side quests, tiny things to do. And I feel like this mod just adds just enough to the Trials and Chambers update to make it a little bit more interesting again. And now that I've shown you most of this mod's features, I would like to say I highly recommend you check it out. I'm gonna be cleaning up this mess that I made here, and yeah, give the creator some love. Peace out.